Hey there guys, Christian or Frozen Puck Gaming back with another episode of Eastside Hockey Manager Early Access as General Manager of the Buffalo Sabres. So, before we start the episode, let me comment here. Look at Sam Reinhart down here. He's one of our top center prospects. He's probably going to be on the team next year. Look at his junior stats. He's absolutely killing it down there. Point of this episode, though, we're going to do the draft this episode, and we're going to finish off the season. We have 4 games left, so I'll do those, and I'll cut out some stuff so we can get to the draft quickly. Main thing I want to show you, though, we're not going to make the playoffs. Now, we got 69 points. Don't laugh at that. We're 11 behind the Blue Jackets, who we need to catch for the last wild card spot in our conference, and we're not going to be able to do that. We have 4 games left, so even if we won all 4, we're still not going to make it. If you look at the stats, though, we've heated up a little bit since last episode, as you can see. I think I shared the stats at the end of last episode, but since I last recorded, we've heated up, but it was too little, too late, and we still didn't do that great. But next season, I'm calling it. We're going to make the playoffs, or we're going to be right on that edge. I'm feeling it. So I want to finish up the season here, and I want to do the draft, so we're going to get into that here. So, final draft rankings. We'll look at the NHL ones, because that's, what we got to focus on. So we're going to scout these guys. We're going to scout all of the top prospects. We've already scouted most of them, or at least I have. He wasn't on it earlier, so I didn't scout him. And we'll scout him again. So these are all the top ones for the NHL. Here are all the ones that are... These are also for the NHL, too. Scout him. So we're going to scout all these guys. And scouted a lot of them. We'll scout this guy. Alrighty, so I'm going to continue on here. Let's finish the season real quick so we can get into that draft. We might trade up depending on where we finish. If we trade up, we're not giving up. The only first round pick we're giving up is the one we're going to have for that, though. So Patrick Kane also had about a 14 or 15 game point streak, if you can tell. Larson, we have a couple players that aren't interested in re-signing with us, or at least not at this time, so hopefully they will by the time the before free agency rolls around, so we can get them under contract back on the team. So we're going to go up against the Red Wings here. It's not like it really matters if we win or lose at this point. We've been out for a little bit, I think. It definitely solidified it this week. The only way we were going to get in is if the last team lost all their games. So Patty Kane, as you can see, since coming to us, he has 53 goals now after that one. 83 points. We're down 4-1 here. I don't even know who we have in net. It's not like it matters. Anderson will probably put Liu in the next game. The thing is, though, we were winning a lot. The team was working. I think we won 5 straight, actually. But then we ran into injury problems. As you can see, Vander Kane gets one there, and so does Molson. But we ran into injury problems. Molson got injured for a little bit. Georges got injured. Some of our top defensemen, and actually both our goalies got injured. Lindback was already injured, but then Liu and Anderson got injured, so we had to play Makarov for a little bit. Could have played Allmark, but I didn't know how much time he would get up here, so I didn't want to deal with that. So the Maple Leafs are still in the hunt here, so if they win this will bring them back to within a point or two of getting into the playoffs, so they need to win this. We'll see if we can shut them down here. Thanks for all the support on the recent videos. We hit 40 subscribers today, so I really appreciate that. Hopefully we can hit 50 coming up here soon. If not, no big deal. So we're tied 2-2 here, and we're gonna go into overtime. Let's see. Okay, so shootout. I'm not even gonna look at that. Who cares? But thanks for all the support, really, though. If you haven't seen the last 2 episodes, it seems like not many people have watched them. I posted them at weird times, so that makes sense. So go check those out if you haven't seen them already. So nobody scored here in the shootout yet. Ennis comes down. I don't even know how he did that. Just next season, though, we're going to make the playoffs, I'm calling it. Or at least I'm very hopeful. I have a feeling we will. Alright, Richard Panik, Panik, I don't know, who cares. Coming up here. Alright, let's see if Molson, I think Molson can end it if he scores here. And he does. Oh, no, that doesn't end it. Excuse me, sorry about that. That wins it there. Alright, so we win that one. As you can see, we probably wouldn't have gotten into the playoffs anyway. We had a losing record, so not surprised. Let's just try to get through this as quick as possible. Nothing major there. Once the season's over, we will look at the player stats real quick, just to see who we need to look into. So Jurgensen's rejected it. He doesn't want to negotiate right now. So as you can see, Martinez, we have 2 games left in the season, by the way. Martinez has 39 points, which I'm happy with that. He's going to be one of our better defensemen. Obviously, our younger ones are going to get better than him eventually, but for this season, he was like one of our top defensemen. He had 10 goals from the back end, so I'm happy with that. Can't be too disappointed when a defenseman's scoring like he is. Yeah. So we got a lot of crap there. Who cares? Just get on with this. Okay. So we're up 1-0 here. Dalp gets a goal. Dalp has heated up lately, as you can see. He was very, very cold for the first half of the season, but he scored a lot the second half, so I appreciate that. That's what we needed to see from him. Molson gets one on the power play. Vander Kane. As you can see, Vander Kane has over 30 goals, which is what we needed from him. Playing on that second line, so that's some great depth scoring. Hopefully he can keep that up for next season. Doesn't have a great amount of assists, but that's not his job. Darius gets one. Apparently he's on the power play for some reason. He's our he's our left defenseman and our left winger. So, Hodgson got his 200th career point, and Ennis got his 300th. So, good for them, good for them. Hopefully they can... Ennis has heated up a lot since the season ended, so I'm really happy with that. I just want the season to be over. I want to get to the draft. So, lots of teams qualifying for the playoffs here. Lots of goal droughts. Kane, he's played so well since he came to our team. I can't wait to see what he does with a better center, like next season or the season after with McDavid or Reinhardt. He's just going to be an absolute beast, hopefully. He's obviously not going to win the scoring title just because he didn't heat up until he came to us, and that was still a while until after he came to us. So this is the last game of the season, I believe. We're up 3-0 here. Let's just make the home crowd happy, send them off with a win. Something to look forward to next season. Vander Kane and Ennis with our goals. 4-1 here. Okay, so it looks like we're going to hold on here, barring nothing major happens, and we're going to win that game 4-1. So that's the last game of the season, I believe. Yeah. There are all the series there. I'm not really going to look at that. Don't really care, to be honest. But hey, it's okay. So we're going to look at the player stats real quick. Look at it by points. So Patty Kane, even though he played less games than anybody else on the team, well, of our regular players, he played less than the rest of them. Most points, most goals, not most assists, third most assists. Great to see that. Great to see that. We're going to need him in the future for sure. He's gotten better this season too, as you can see. All right, moving on. Matt Molson. We're going to have to look into trading him in a season or two, but he played good this season, so I'm fine with that. Point per game, exactly. Probably going to trade him sometime next season. Tyler Ennis, he improved this season, as you can see. Can't wait to see what he can bring to the table next year. Evander Kane, he didn't really improve much, but he scored a lot, which I'm fine with that. Just want to make sure. Ennis is like our top center right now. When McDavid and Reinhardt come up, I think they can only play center, so I want to see what else he can play, because he might end up being like a right or left winger for us in the future. Hodgson had a good season. Not great, not horrible. He had a good season. Martinez had a good season. Dalp had a horrible season, but then he heated up at the end. Kennedy didn't really impress me too much, but he's more of a defensive forward, so I'm okay with that. Ristolainen played pretty good in less games than most of our defensemen, just because when we needed to when we were over the roster limit, he'd be the one that got sent down for a couple games, because he was one of the few that didn't have waivers. George's 28 points, only assists, no goals. The rest was pretty mediocre here, as you can see. Take a look at Anderson. He didn't have great stats, but that's okay. Let's see what he had last year. Worst stats. Alright. Well, I'm going to go ahead to the draft here. If anything major happens, I will show you, but see you in a minute. Hey guys, we're almost at the draft here, and I'm going to show you. This is a quick trade. I think I want to make this. Calvin DeHaan for Anders Lindback. Now, Lindback's obviously, he's a good goalie. He didn't play great for us, but our team isn't the greatest. But then again, I might be getting rid of Anderson too, purely based on the fact we have two goalies in Lewin and probably Allmark that are ready to go next season, or at least compete for the starter or backup job, and I don't see a place for Lindback in our future. Now, DeHaan here, as you can see, he's more of an offensive defenseman. His stats don't really show. And they want to get rid of him for pretty much nothing, as you can see. I think he could be a good pickup for us. We can mold him into a very good offensive and defensive player, both sides of the puck kind of guy. So I think I'm going to do that. They should accept that. And they're going to. I tried to get some draft picks out of it, but they weren't doing that, so. And they're not very happy. Alright, well, they're not happy about that. I understand why. I understand why they're not happy, because Lindback's a good goalie, but I think DeHaan will get into a better player we want. So I am going to vote in the Vezina Trophy thing, I guess. Personally, Johnny Quick probably deserves it, so we're going to go with... Or actually, it's either Johnny Quick or Jimmy Howard. I'll go with Quick, I don't really care. So what pick are we going to have here? We're going to have the 6th overall pick. I might keep that, I might trade up. I don't really know, though. I did vote. You dumb? Oh, I didn't press OK. My bad. So the draft will be coming up here in a minute. Also, Tampa Bay Lightning won the Stanley Cup, if you were interested in that. So here are all of the top-ranked players. We also re-signed Jurgensen's, as you can see, so that's good. Hopefully he can play better next season. I don't know, though. Really appreciate it if the draft would actually happen coming up here. You can do it. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Thank you. So, pre-draft analysts also, we got Trevor Lewis and Tyler Johnson. Remember, we signed them last off-season. The transfer window finally allowed us to get them, so... Patty Kane here. We're obviously keeping him. No question. So we're keeping all of them for sure. We're keeping all of these guys. So that's like our pre-draft analysts, the people that, think are cool. I don't really know what I just said. This guy's been put on the block. Not interested, really. TBH. I'm not interested, so... Coyotes and Devils made a trade there. Kind of major, kind of not. So, draft time. Here we go. So we're gonna start the draft here. So we'll go for ranks. Here are the top ranked players. Would be interested in maybe getting a defenseman, but we have a lot of them. Maybe a goaltender. At this point, though, I'm more interested in like a winger or a defenseman for sure. So as you can see, all of the top prospects are defensemen. But to be honest, I'm not really interested in like any of them except for maybe this guy or him, David Quenneville or Campoli. The rest, I'm not really. Haven't shown me much, I guess. I think we're gonna stay where we are. We're just gonna go for it. I don't really want to deal with it. See what we can pick up here. Okay, so we can pick up Quenneville or Campoli, who are two of the players I was interested in. Or we can pick up this guy. I don't know who he is. Or we didn't scout him at all. He's a left winger. We'll look at his history. He has good stats, obviously. We could look at him. We're either taking, from what I can see, we're either taking Lahine, or Campoli, or Quenneville. Don't know what orange means. What does orange mean? I'm leaning more towards Quenneville or Lahine. The thing is, we didn't scout him at all. I don't know. Can we scout him like right now? Probably not. I don't want to. This is tricky. I would take a chance on him. I'm mad I didn't scout him. We didn't scout anybody. We need to work. I'm gonna work on my scouting skills next season. I mean, he looks like he could be a good player judged on his stats down here. Except we at left wing right now. We're either going to have Ennis. So, like, our future, like, forward lines look like this, like, Patty Kane or Ennis on the left wing, or Evander Kane, first line left wing. I'll just go through them, it doesn't really matter where they are. Okay, so, Evander Kane, Reinhardt or McDavid, and then Patty Kane. Then Ennis, McDavid or Reinhardt, and, maybe Hodgson or Molson, depending on how long we keep them for. You know, I'll take the left winger. He looks like he could be decent. We didn't. The thing is, though, we didn't scout him at all, so that's the one thing I'm kind of, He is an okay rep. But then we'll take him. We'll take a chance. We didn't scout him at all, so this could actually be like horrible. We'll just let him do the rest here after we choose our next guy. We'll just let him do the rest. See what we get. So that could be very good for us in the future. It could be absolutely horrible, so I have no idea. Okay, so there's some stuff there. I don't know. Whatever. We'll see how that goes. Thanks for watching, I guess. See you tomorrow with free agency, that kind of stuff, and have a great day.